Lynyrd Skynyrd, the iconic Southern rock band, faced a tragic and harrowing experience in their last living minutes. As their plane plummeted towards disaster, the band members found themselves in a horrifying ordeal that would ultimately change the course of their band. Let's delve into the gripping story of Lynyrd Skynyrd's fateful final moments. Lynyrd Skynyrd was an American rock band known for popularizing the Southern hard rock genre during the 1970s. The one album that changed their tune was their fifth studio album called Street Survivor. Due to their album's success, a big American tour followed. With hectic plans and touring all over America, the band was looking for a quick mode of transport between their Venus. The plane being the fastest and requiring less time, they opted to rent a Convair CV-240 dual-prop airplane. The plane's bad reputation was like a broken record that played until the very end. Do you think their growing popularity influenced their decisions? On the fatal day, 20th of October 1977, the band had an amazing concert in Greenville. Then they boarded the plane on that same day to reach their next destination, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Before this day, the plane had an incident where during the flight, a 10-foot stream of sparks and flames shot from the plane's right engine. This immediately alerted the members and they raised concerns, but they landed safely that day. On the 20th, on board, there were 26 passengers, including the singers, backup singers, the crew member, and the manager, but only 20 would live in the crash. What happened that night? Initially, the travel was just like any other day of flying, but toward the end, the pilot discovered that the fuel was low. The same engine that caused problems on the previous flight started to stir up trouble. They tried to refuel from the left engine to the right, but accidentally the fuel was cast off into the atmosphere. What would you have done in a situation where the pilot realizes the plane is low on fuel while in mid-flight? But the passengers were not aware of this until Pyle went into the cockpit. Seeing the terrified face of the pilot, he knew something went terribly wrong. The pilot then instructed passengers to fasten their seatbelts. As there was no fuel, they decided to land at the nearby airport. But the pilot realized they didn't have enough fuel to make it there. They were at 10,000 feet, and the left propeller stopped working. They were forced to do an emergency landing in an open field. But they were not able to land on the open field. The plane crashed into a swampy wooded area as they grazed the treetops and stopped after hitting a 3-échantillon thick pine tree. It tore the plane apart. The impact threw all the passengers outside the plane. Rossington later recalls the terrifying sight he saw after gaining consciousness. The plane was completely broken, the tail was torn, the wings were destroyed, and the pilot in the cockpit, who was separated, was dead. In a twist of fate, the lack of fuel became a double-edged sword that spared the flames but concealed their plight from rescuers. Can you imagine being shot while asking for help? Well, that happened with Artemis Pyle. With multiple life-threatening injuries, Pyle walked to seek help. He approached a farmhouse. Initially, the man there gave a warning, but Pyle wasn't able to comprehend it, so the man had no choice but to shoot him in the left shoulder, but after recognizing the situation, the man rushed to assist him. Soon the plane was found. The emergency responders and firefighters immediately located all the injured patients in the hospital. The people present there described the scene to be gruesome and heartbreaking. After inspection of the plane, it was declared that the crash of the plane was due to the crew's inattention to the fuel supply. The physical and emotional effect on the band members was brutal. The crash had a lasting impact on the passengers, Ronnie Van Zant and Steve Gaines, along with backup singer Cassie Gaines, assistant road manager Dean Kilpatrick, pilot Walter McCreary, and co-pilot John Gray died on impact. But their band's lives became a series of twists and turns after the crash. A car crash left guitarist Alan Collins paralyzed while his girlfriend tragically died on impact. Collins died on January 23, 1990, from chronic pneumonia, a complication of the paralysis. Leon Wilkeson died on July 27, 2001, due to emphysema and chronic liver disease. Billy Powell, the keyboardist, died after a heart attack. The last living member of the group, Gary Rossington, passed away on March 5, 2023. For their fans, wondering about their future is like going down an unending spiral. We hope they are united wherever they are and playing songs. How does learning about tragic events like this affect your perception of a band's music and legacy?